Hello and welcome back to Chengi's World. For those of you who are new to my channel, I am Chengi and you, my precious one, are my world. Welcome back. Today I'm talking about how to date a rich man. Comments, revised. I haven't quite decided what to call this video, but I am going to be responding to some of the comments on that video because I really want to have this conversation. Now, I know that a lot of women on here, some of you are wise and you're sharp and you understand deep things. And so as a result of that, you were able to understand exactly where I was coming from. But some of you, I don't know if you misunderstood me or if I just hit a nerve. Okay, but I really want to revisit this because this is a conversation that we as women need to have as we walk in our power. One of the things that you all know about me is that I'm not a feminist. I'm very much into feminine energy. I'm very in my natural self a traditional girl. I am not about putting men down or judging anybody's choices in life. I'm here to give you my truth and my observation and my experience. It doesn't mean that that experience is holistic or that I know all things regarding this, but certainly I believe that I speak from the wisdom and the grace of God and having lived through certain things. So I'm just going to be reading some of the comments that have been left on my channel that I really do want to address because it's important that we have the conversation. Okay, so let's get this party started. If you are new to my channel, do not forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. And for those of you who are coming back again, I love you and I appreciate you and thank you so much for following me and becoming part and being part of this amazing world that is Chengi's World. Okay, so I recorded a video called How to Date Wealthy Men. And in that video, I will put the link below. I was really trying to make the point that wealth and riches, a rich man is something that is worth dating. Is worth pursuing, but really redefining what wealth and riches are. A lot of people missed the point, but the truth is, what is a wealthy man? What is a rich man? That is what you must pursue, the inner qualities, the inner depth, because relationships are my business. The relationships are what I do. And I am on the other side of relationships. I am on the other side of the damage when women find themselves in these situations and marry for money, pursue men for money. They find themselves in those situations, and then when the rubber meets the road and the stuff hits the fan, I am the girl that they reach out to. I am the girl that ends up having to wipe the tears and rub the shoulders and reaffirm them and rebuild them as women, give them back their power, begin to give them a sense of esteem, because the journey that they thought was an easy gig because they were pretty or because they could has now turned on them. So that is not true for everyone. There are always exceptions to the rule, but there are a principle that applies to pretty much anyone whose heart in pursuit of something is erroneous. To want someone for what they have and not who they are is always going to be a problem. Foundations matter. A lot of people try and argue with me and fight with me, and this comment that I'm going to be reading is very combative because, you know, some women feel that I have attacked their lifestyle and their choices. But in essence, I am really just trying to save your soul, baby. I'm just really trying to help you out here, okay? I am trying to save you a lot of pain and help you understand that you are so powerful, you are so beautiful, you are so magnificent, that you never ever need to pursue a man for what he has. You never have to accept the pursuit of a man because of what he has. You don't have to position yourself as somebody who is powerless to create wealth in their own lives. Therefore, you need to abuse or use somebody or manipulate or work your way into somebody's life. I am here to empower women so that they do have happy and healthy relationships. That's what I want in this world. So I'm gonna first start with if you go to that video at the bottom, you will read these comments. I can't even take in what you're saying seriously. Your wig weave is horrible. The tiny... I'm sorry. The tiny light in the back bothers me. Now, I'm one of these people. I'm so sorry. I'm one of these people who... I have a bit of a thick skin, and I find these sort of attacking comments amusing. I really just love women. I understand this level of bitchiness because it really speaks of a deep sense of lostness, you know, and deflection. And so when women are bitchy, it's because they're empty, they're powerless. Having said that, she is absolutely right. I had this weave that I had washed on that day, and I couldn't be bothered to straighten it because when I started this channel and around the time that I recorded this channel, I didn't really take myself that seriously, which is why I'm sort of laughing, because I really just got in front of it. It was a hobby for me. It was a little bit of fun, and so I really didn't take myself seriously at that time. But I do remember that day thinking, Chengi, straighten your hair, and I was thinking, I can't be bothered. So now I'm paying for it, right? Okay, so I thought I'd start with something a bit lighthearted, but I thought that was so funny, and I get it. I get that she couldn't focus because my hair was dodgy and the little lights in the back were really getting on her nerves. Actually, it was really hard times for me then. So, I'm sorry, girls. I just had to have a bit of a laugh. I love that. Thank you so much for that comment. It's so funny. Okay, and then the other one is... I just watched your YouTube video that said the total opposite of what you were saying. 79.6% of the millionaires that were surveyed preferred women who were not rich, because they want to share their wealth with them. I hope what you're saying is not true, because I don't fit into any of the three categories you mentioned, and neither did my sister, and she married a rich white guy who truly, truly loves her. I loved this comment, and I love the spirit in which it came. Yes, 79.6% of millionaires surveyed preferred a woman who is not rich. Yes, they do. Men don't really, and it takes one hell of a man, a man who is very secure, very centered in his person, who really has a clear sense of identity and purpose to be with a woman that is wealthier than him, for sure. In that video, I wasn't talking about a woman being wealthier than a man. A rich man will always want someone he can provide for or protect. He will always want somebody who he can bring that value to. And for men, money is how they bring value into a woman's life. What I was talking about there was a woman who is not needy, a woman who has created the lifestyle she loves, a woman who has created this lifestyle that she loves to live in and that he can be a part of. And he knows that she is with me. I can give her, I live in a beautiful apartment, in a beautiful neighborhood, and a man is gonna, a rich man would come into my life and think, this girl is living her best life, the life she loves. I can give her a mansion with 20 bedrooms. I can give her, so much more than what she has. But really, she's not here with secondhand, living a difficult, broken life for me to fix. you know, my value to him is higher because he knows I'm living my best life. And that's what I was talking about. Having a degree of your own wealth, knowing that if he doesn't pay the bills, you can, knowing that your life is taking over and you are comfortable without him. A man that that has wealth will respect that. He will respect that, and he will want to hold on to that and keep that. Now, part of what I was saying in that video was a man that was about rich men committing or marrying. Rich men will marry anybody and commit to anybody. So in that regard, I need to sort of revise what I was trying to say. But respect, longevity, and a healthy, happy relationship with a wealthy man comes with certain prerequisites. You can be a needy woman in need of things, but understand that you are entering that dynamic into that relationship not as an equal. And when I talk about equality, if you read my book, I am not referring to men and women are just so equal, we can all make some money. I'm not talking about feminist equality. I'm talking about equality in substance. I'm talking about the reality that we bring different things to the table, but value and entering into a relationship where you are valued as somebody who brings value into the relationship in the same way that he does, comes at a certain price. If you come into a relationship as a nobody with nothing, understand that it's going to cost you. Okay? There are no free rides in life, ladies. And don't let anybody tell you that. Don't let some expensive pursed, red-bottomed shoe got things girl with an empty life try and convince you that somehow you can be fulfilled if you, no matter where you're coming from. The reality is, a lot of these the comments that I'm going to read later are really a reflection of the fact that this woman and these women are empty. The fact that they can watch a 15-minute video from somebody they think is a nobody means they're looking for something. And I work with very wealthy women because to work with me, you have to have a degree of, you have to establish yourself. You need to have some cash flow because I am not, my prices are not rock bottom. I you know, it is what it is. So I work with wealthy women. I work with women that are successful. Those are my clients. I work with celebrities. Those are my clients. And I can 100% guarantee you that the money that they have in their pocket or in their husband's pocket is ultimately not enough on its own. That we as women want more and desire more. And at first it doesn't feel that way. But after a while, your divine nature to be somebody, to self-actualize begins to kick in. And then you realize that you are in a golden prison where you cannot actualize yourself. So I am not here to say that a rich man cannot find a beautiful woman like you watching. But you know, maybe who has nothing and who is struggling. But love is a beautiful thing because he can meet you and meet your heart and meet your spirit and want to marry you because you're just so precious and so wonderful. I'm talking about a woman. So your sister, yes, met a rich man who truly loves her. I doubt she was out here on these streets hunting him down, going to where rich men are and playing that game that rich men know women play. And they play you on it too. It's okay to be living your best life and to meet an amazingly rich, wealthy man who wants to love you. Rich men want love too, and they crave it so much. Like I said in that video, I've dated so many millionaires. In fact, very few broke guys or average guys talk to me. To be fair, most of the men that approach me are usually fairly wealthy or doing well in their careers. So, you know, I don't go chasing them. They are drawn and attracted to my energy, to my spirit, right? So I'm not saying that if a wealthy man approaches you, you should just tell him to bugger off because he's trying to buy your love. I am talking about the pursuit and the hunting down mission of a man because of his money. So now I'm going to read So well done to your sister, and I'm so happy for her. And I am so happy for every woman who has found love with a man of means, right? I am so happy for a woman who's found love, period, because love in itself is a commodity that is very hard to find. So when you do find it, I congratulate you, whether it's with a guy who's on the up or a man who maybe hasn't got anything or a man who has loads. Congratulations. I mean you well, and I want you to be happy in your relationship, okay? So if you happen to have a Cinderella story, a pretty woman story, I want you to write it down here in the comment section. I want you to reach out to me. I am excited to hear your story. I'm so happy for you, okay? So another comment, so this is from another comment at the bottom, which you will find: men don't go for rich women because it's too much male energy, and that's why loads of those women complain about not finding a man on their level. LOL. Rich men generally go for the pretty receptionist, hostess, model, beauty queen types, and they don't go and if they don't go for the pretty woman deal, then you need to tell that to those luxury wives on Instagram. LOL. Okay. Let's deal with it one at a time. Men who are wealthy tend to go for the receptionist at a time, but it's not the job they do or the income they have. Men in general want feminine energy, right? And women in the corporate world, women in the career world, yes, struggle with masculine energy. And you can watch my video on why successful women struggle in love. It is an energy thing. It's a feminine energy thing. It is not that if you are a banker and you earn well, or you're a millionaire and you got loads of money, but you know how to channel your feminine energy, it's gonna attract a wealthy man anyway. Right? It's about feminine energy. A receptionist, a hostess, these are women that are working within their feminine energy. They're in relational jobs. They're using their feminine energy to make a living. Of course, a man who has means, who is most likely going to be in his masculine energy most of the time, all of the time, is going to be attracted to feminine energy. So it's not about, being a hostess. It's not about being a waitress. Right? So we can just throw that away. Yeah. Okay. And about the luxury wives, look, you can't, no, Candy Cane, no, baby, no, you can't sell me that line of crap. Luxury wife, having been a hooker, that is the best life we should all pursue. Come on, girl, come on, let's keep it real. Let me tell you something. I love hookers. I love escorts. I love women who are women. I love women from every walk of life. I know women that are drag addicts that I love. I know women that are prostitutes. I know women that are escorts. I love women. But I'm not going to sit here and try to make you believe or buy into the thing that these women are empowered. They are not empowered. No little girl grows up and thinks, when I grow up, I'm going to be a prostitute or an escort in order to feed myself or to have a life, or be a stripper or be a thought in order for... No girl woke up that way. They do it because the bottom line is they're unempowered. They do it because they have no choice. There's no woman that I know, they're either on drugs, they're either in difficult situations, they've been trafficked. There's something traumatic that has happened to them that has led them there. So please, let's stop trying to glorify it. And if there's a man out gold like Richard Gere in Pretty Woman and wants to rescue them, I am here to wave the flag and say hallelujah, praise God. But let's not try and glamorize foolishness. Okay, this is not glamorous. Don't come on here on my channel and leave a silly comment like that, like talk to these luxury wives. Just because a woman has a yacht and lives in a big house doesn't make her happy, baby. I work with women like that. It doesn't make her fulfilled. It doesn't make her whole. Please don't try to sell me that line of crap. I'm sorry, but I'm just not having it. Okay, it's my channel and I get to say what I like. Okay, sweetie. I love the profile picture though. She looks well taken care of. Okay, let's move on. They're all escorts, strippers, I even know a few myself, and the ones that have introduced me to my current fiance, who's very well off. Well done to you. You might also want to tell the rappers and the bowlers with Insta thoughts that too. Not really. No. But if they find my channel, they will watch this video. Somehow these girls have managed to snag these men, but you haven't. You haven't. Despite your classiness, LOL. Don't hate. You know, like you get to... Okay. We all get to a point in our lives where to respond to certain things means you have to lower yourself to a level that you can't come from. So I'm not going to respond to that. Okay. Let's talk about things that are going to move us forward here. A lot of your info is false. Most rich like a challenge. They do. Most men like a challenge, yes. They don't have anything in common with the average 18 to 20-year-old. That's why a lot of their girlfriends are at least 24 plus. Okay. Like you see in those documentaries, LOL. I don't watch television. LOL. What circle do you run in? Do you realize 30-year-old women is considered young woman in the rich 50? Okay, here's the thing. A 30-year-old woman is going to turn 50 one day, and a rich man, whatever age he's at, can always find himself another 30-year-old. Which gives the point in my first video that your behind is going to grow old. And therefore, so will your value. A man who is 70 and has a lot of money can always find a woman with this mindset right here, and marry her at 30 and kick your behind to the curb. Okay, so yes, absolutely, but you're not going to be 30 forever. Okay. And the ride and die chick, I don't think Betty Broderick or any other ex-rich housewives, ex-celebrity wives who help their man come up will agree. I believe I said in that video that yes, you might help them come up and become somebody, and they might still dump you for the younger woman. But the chances of a worthwhile man, high value man, doing that to a woman that he has built from nothing, the chances are very low. Very, very low. Very low. Does it happen? Yes, it does. But the chances are very low. And chances are that something went wrong in that marriage that had little to do with money. There was something completely broken in that marriage that resulted in that. So you sound like somebody who is bitter and making excuses as to why you couldn't get with one. You are high value, but no one still wants girls like you. Throwing on a covered up sequence dress isn't enough. Until you have the results, then don't speak on this. I think enough said. Thank you very much for watching this video, ladies. For those of you who do follow my channel, I know that you probably found this as hilarious as I did. But I hope that apart from my little tiny bit of clapback, I know I couldn't help it. Because I worry that people will read comments like that and think and revert back to foolishness. So it's important for me to address things like that so that we can be clear about our value and how we can move forward in life. I feel bad and really sorry for people who write things like that, because I know that I will meet you up the road. Maybe not me, but there will be a life coach or a therapist in your life, guaranteed. 100%. And I want all of you who follow me and understand where I'm coming from and who are my angels to really grasp this truth. There's nothing wrong with being with a rich man. There's nothing wrong with falling in love with a rich man. I wish that on every single woman, that you will meet a man of means, a man who can protect you, cherish you, and provide for you. I wish that for myself. But I want you to have a heart that zeroes in on the content of a man's character, that zeroes in on the love that and the cherishing that he can give you. Because when the lights go out and everything is and you get used to your house, the house is brick and mortar, a car is metal moving on wheels. None of these things can meet the needs of your soul. None of these things can help and enable your purpose to come to pass. And none of these things will truly help you self-actualize and become the woman that God created you to be. So much love to you all who are watching. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of you. Bye-bye now.